Hi, it's John here from GPS Trainer. Welcome to the latest FAQs. In this series of videos, I look at the most frequently asked questions we get asked. And in this video, I'm going to answer the questions we're being asked by people who've got GPS units with built-in batteries. We're going to answer the 6 most common frequently asked questions from those people. And they are, which outdoor GPS units am I talking about? The second question would be, what battery loss are we experiencing or would we experience over time? The third question would be, have you got any tips for extending the life of built-in battery in a GPS unit? The fourth question would be, how many units have we had back that are with built-in batteries that are not performing the way they should be? The fifth question is going to be, are Garmin going to change these batteries? And the final question is going to be, is anybody else changing batteries or can you do it yourself? So the first question is, which GPS units are we talking about with a built-in battery? Those are the Garmin GPS Map 66i, 66SR, 67 and 67i. So for this video, I'm talking about the units that have got a sealed built-in battery. I'm very much aware the Montana has a built-in battery, but it is interchangeable. But for this video, it's the units that are sealed with a built-in battery, which are the Garmin GPS Map 66i, 66SR, 67 and 67i. The second question that we get asked is, what battery loss have you been experiencing or would you expect over time? I'll be honest with you, I've been using the GPS Map 66i for 4 years now and I've experienced no battery loss. To date, I've not had one customer and we've sold over 2,500 units with built-in batteries ringing me up and saying the battery is not performing the way it is. But even if it wasn't performing, you read some articles and people are saying that it could potentially drop down to 80% of its battery life after 5, 6, 7 years. There's lots of different reports. Let's just put that into context. The Garmin GPS Map 67 has 180 hours of battery life. Compared to a unit that runs off AA batteries with 8 to 10 hours, it is 18 to 20 times more battery life. Even if we drop down to that 80% battery life, it would come down to 144 hours. We're still 14 to 16 to 18 times more battery life than we have on a unit running off AA batteries. There's a lot of debate in this. You go online, you read, and people say, well, actually after 1,000 charges, it drops down to 80%. All I can say in the practical world where we're dealing with customers every day, I've not to date had one person who's saying their GPS battery is not performing the way it is. I'd be interested in the comment box below if anybody has had those experiences and can share it with the viewers of this video. Next question is question number 3. Have you got any tips for extending the life of a built-in battery in a GPS unit? Number of tips are, make sure if you're going to store your GPS unit for any period of time, more than 2 weeks, you give it at least 50% charge. And when you do store it, you store it indoors in a drawer at room temperature. So you're not storing it in a shed or somewhere cold. So if you can, charge it to 50% and then store it indoors at room temperature. When you're ready to use it, after that storage period, charge it back up to full and then you can start using that unit. When you're charging your GPS unit, don't use a fast charger. Fast chargers often can damage batteries over time. So use your 5-volt USB charger with no more than 3 amps, 15 watt output, and if you can, well, do use the Garmin supplied USB cable to do it. Also, some other top tips as well is to conserve your battery, try not to go below 20% of that battery. So again, when it gets down low, below 20, up around 20%, do charge that GPS unit. And I don't know if this is just a tale, but you know, people who've got electric cars who are charging their vehicles all the time, like things like a Tesla car will charge from 20 to 80%. and they say it takes as much power to charge from 80 to 100% in an electric car than it does to charge from 20 to 80%. So if you notice with electric cars, they usually charge from 20 to 80% and will stop, e.g. they don't charge that last 20%. I've heard a number of people say it takes as long to charge from 20 to 80% as it does for 80 to 100%, because that's the hard bit to get that extra charge within the car battery, in this case with an electric car. So surely that's a similar than what we're going to find on a built-in battery within a GPS unit. So don't feel you're going to charge to 100%, especially when we've got this 180 hours of battery life. But again, if anybody's got any experiences, please leave a comment in the comment box below. It's been lovely to hear your experiences on this. Next question is, how many units have we had back over the 4 years that we've been selling a unit with a built-in battery, which was the first one was a 66i, that are not performing the way they are? I can honestly say, to date, we've sold over 2,500 units with built-in batteries. I've not had one person ring me or contact ourselves at GPS Training saying their battery is not performing the way it is. Which is quite a figure, really. Again, if people got other experience, please leave a comment in the comment box below. Next question is, are Garmin going to change the batteries? The answer we've had back from Garmin is no, which I find quite surprising. But again, we've not had customers go back to them. We've contacted Garmin and said, what are you going to do? And they said they're not going to change batteries at this moment in time. Again, if there's an influx, maybe they'll readdress that. Next question is anybody else changing batteries, or can you do it yourself? If you look on YouTube, there's actually a number of videos of people taking you through how you can change a built-in battery on a Garmin GPS map series GPS units that we're talking about today. You can also buy a replacement battery for between £14 and £20. So businesses like ourselves, we actually may start replacing those batteries. So again, when we get customers knocking at the door wanting this done, it seems a good business proposition to buy the batteries £14 to £20, charge a few pounds and change it for our customers. Or alternatively, there are just a few screws on the back. With the right tools, you could change those batteries yourself. But all I can say is, to date, there's not one person at that queue who is asking for that service. So when that person starts queuing up and saying, my battery's not performing the way it is, what do I do? We will either start changing batteries, or alternatively, we can push the person to where you can buy the batteries and do that yourself. So I very much hope you've enjoyed the latest version of FAQs by GPS Training. If you get any thoughts or comments, please do leave a comment in the comment box below. If you've got any thoughts about other subjects you'd like to be covered in this series, looking at frequently asked questions get asked with regards to GPS unit, GPS watches, route planning software, etc., etc., please leave a comment box please leave a comment in the comment box below. And as always, and I mean this wholeheartedly from myself, John, and all the team here at GPS Training, many thanks for your continued support. It is very much appreciated.